The next question is, what kind of consequences can organizations face for mismanaging cyber risk? This is a very controversial topic, and I'm going to give you a non-academic response to this. You see, in the academic realm, we would say organizations can face damages to their reputation, they can face financial losses, they could be in breach of their compliance obligations, and so they could be fined, they could lose their business licenses, and all of this is true to some extent in my experience. The real question we have to ask ourselves is really, will organizations face consequences that are big enough, important enough, that it would actually matter to them if they suffer a cyber breach? And to this day, I actually don't really know the answer. I've seen organizations face massive cybersecurity breaches, and a few years later, they're making even more money than they did before the breach. It doesn't look like they lost any customer. Their shareholders and stock markets hasn't really dropped that much. And so there are clear examples of organizations that are mismanaging cyber risks, and at best a few people get fired, they pay a few fines, they go through a few lawsuits, and don't get me wrong, all of this costs money and time, and it's probably very annoying. But at the end of the day, the organization itself survives and moves on and isn't really that affected by the breach. On another hand, I've also seen organizations that close down because of a breach, where an attacker would go in and actually destroy the systems, and that will be over. Or the reputation would be so damaged that everybody would lose as customers. They would just leave the company and never do business with them again. And so I'm kind of on the fence as to what the real consequences of a breach are. I've seen extreme cases of both nothing happening and the company basically closing down and everything in between. And I have a hard time really knowing really what's going to happen if a company actually faces a breach. I've also seen that most directors that are in charge of managing cyber risk don't face any consequences for mismanaging cyber risks. In other words, they don't get sued, they don't have to pay the fines themselves, nobody comes and takes their assets, they don't go to prison. And so I'm kind of on the fence as to, in 2020, really, what are the consequences of facing a major cyber breach? And to some extent, maybe it is that uncertainty that causes organizations to invest in cybersecurity, because at the end of the day, they don't know which way it will go. And so if they face too many cyber breaches, well, one of them could actually really cause a lot of damage to the organization, maybe damage that can never be repaired. But they'll accept that in most cases, maybe really nothing will happen that would be too bad to them. So that's my take on it. I wish I had clearer answers. You can certainly read the academic textbook ways of, trying to explain what cyber breaches can lead to in the real world. But at the end of the day, I've seen the real world for many years, and I can tell you that it rarely plays out that way. So you'll see what you get to experience in your own career. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. If you've liked this video, the next step for you is to register on our online learning platform to learn practical skills that will get you a job in the industry. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.